Hello once again, this is the third video on how to express necessity, and now I'm going to explain to you how to use must. You use must when you want to sound very formal, on when you are writing, and it's also really formal. You use must when you are referring to a rule. Okay? But we're expressing an obligation or necessity as we did with have to, need to, have got to, has got to. Okay? Then we're going to use must only in affirmative to express an obligation or a necessity. As you can see, I have an example below, but this is a different story. So just first, let's pay attention to this one. You must learn English. It is a rule. It is really strong. And this is an obligation. So for this, I just have an affirmative idea. You is my subject. Must is my auxiliary. And learn is my verb in simple form, right? We normally use verbs in simple form that refers to something we don't conjugate, okay? So many students tend to say you must to learn. Must is an auxiliary, so to it is not necessary because we are using the verb in simple form. Now we use must for all the subjects. You must learn. I must learn. He must learn. We must learn. They must learn. Okay? So we use must for all the subjects and the verb is in simple form. Only for affirmative ideas if we are referring to an obligation or a necessity. Up to here, so far so good? I hope so. Then, I have my next idea. I have mustn't or must not. Okay? If I am going to use mustn't or must not, I am not referring to an obligation or a necessity. I'm going to refer to a prohibition. Okay? Something that you can't do. You can't. It's not possible. It's not allowed. Okay? So, for example, you mustn't smoke at an airport. You can do it. It's not permitted. It's prohibited. So we are going to use mustn't or must not for prohibition or some activities that you can do. Once again, you use your subject, you, mustn't, which is your auxiliary in negative, and smoke, which is your verb in simple form. Once again, you cannot say you mustn't to smoke. To is not necessary. It's out of the question, okay? So you must not smoke at an airport. You can't smoke at an airport. It is the same idea. Or it's prohibited. And once again, you use mustn't or must not with all your subjects. You mustn't smoke. He mustn't smoke. We mustn't smoke. They mustn't smoke. And it will depend on you. If you want to use the contraction, you say mustn't. Or if you want to use the complete, the negative and the auxiliary, you say you must not. Right? But this is a totally different idea. We are not referring to an obligation. We are referring to a prohibition. Right? So I hope you have understood all the expressions that we can use for necessity. And they are different because the form is totally different, but the idea is exactly the same. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you can watch my videos thoroughly and you can understand all the rules that you have to follow. And once again, if you have something you want to learn, let me know. I will be attending all your comments. Thank you very much and have a very nice day. Bye-bye.